What's going on, everybody? It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you another Yashahime Princess Half Demons episode review recap. Episode 41 is called Akuru's Pinwheel. Let's get right on into this. But before we do, gotta go through my notes here. Please, oh please, hit me up with a like. Don't forget to comment on this video. Subscribe if you are new here, and if you're not, please hit the notification bell to be notified of more videos just like this one. And don't forget to share the video. So, got time to wake ourselves up because, man, it's been been a very cold weekend, at least out here in the Midwest it has been, and it's time for us to just warm up with a little bit of heartwarming Yashahime. And when I mean heartwarming, I mean pretty dang interesting, especially when it comes to, the topic of exposition. So, we are greeted in the modern era. It is Kagome's grandfather, now a great-grandfather, who's going to look at the Tree of Ages. His daughter, now known as Grammy, she comes in with May. They're chopping it up a little bit, and sirens go off. And May's kind of like, yeah, there's been a lot of that going on lately, hasn't it? So Grandpa's looking back at the tree. It's not the Tree of Ages. He looks back at the sacred tree. May runs off because she's supposed to meet with a friend, and of course, Mama Higurashi tells her to be okay, and she's looking at, her father going, you think, I hope that everything's going to be all right with Toa and, what is your name? Kagome. Because he says, it looks like there's some ominous looking, what am I looking for? I'm just looking shadows on the tree. And he's saying, wow, he thinks they're going to be, he thinks they might be okay, but he doesn't know, but something much worse is coming. He can sense it. He looks up to the sky. And we get a confirmation from Kirin Osuma, Mr. Kirin, the the right arm of Kirinmaru that was thrown through the Bone Eater's well. And he basically like, yeah, I'm the only one that can see the Grim Comet that's in the sky. Nobody else in this era is going to be able to see this thing. And May greets him and leaves, and he's just like, man, I cannot stand to see any young lives like hers end because of this comet. It's kind of crazy that he is a part of Kirinmaru. Looks like Kirinmaru cares about people, cares about humans. He's come to love humans. And actually, even Riku, who is just a horn of the great Kirinmaru, he seems very nonplussed about humans, which is better than being a straight up outright racist, right? And so, one second. And so, I've been wondering, where's Miyoga been? Miyoga showed up in the first episode when we're trying to get Setsuna revived, but it doesn't look like he's been around. And I remember going through some group rooms where people were like, oh no, Miyoga's been around. I'm like, yeah, he was around in the first season. This second season, Miyoga, who's usually the exposition guy, has been gone. Remember, guys, Miyoga usually disappears when there's danger. Like when danger shows up, boom, he's gone. Does that mean that there's been a clear and constant threat of danger 24/7 to the point that he has not shown up? That blows my entire mind, if true. So we are now back to where we started, where Toa had to save her father using the Kyokon route. Well, does her darndest. She does her darn best to do it, and it ends up hurting her. We get the whole shadowy eye thing, but to show that she has vacant eyes, well, they actually show she has vacant eyes, funny enough. When Jokin comes up and him and Setsuna are trying to check up on Toa after that blood-curdling scream from Ren. Well, turns out that her cone has been fully drained. What's cone? Asked Setsuna. I'm glad she asked, because we have all these old terms that you could just use a different word for them. In other words, it is what connects your head, your mind, and your heart. Essentially, it is the soul, which is literally what he said. I don't know why he just didn't say soul. But when it's all gone, it means your mind is dead. And throughout this whole time, Akuru's kind of floating by. Setsuna sees him, and he's trying to rouse up Toa. It would be sad if he didn't get up, use his little pinwheel magic, and revive her soul. Her eyes go from being vacant to being, the nice little shimmery clear pools that anime characters usually are. Remember to hydrate, guys. And he pokes her on her. He boops her on the nose. She wakes up. He smiles. Of course, he has no mouth, but he smiles with his eyes, and he smiles at Sasuna. And he waves to them bye bye. Now, Jocken can hear the pinwheel, and Sasuna has no idea who Akuru is. They just seen him before, and Jocken says, "Yeah, Akuru is a spirit of time that only people of the great, not the great, but of the dog demon clan can see." Still have not clarified why that is, but maybe in the future they will. Maybe they won't. Maybe we'll get a flashback. Maybe they don't. Who knows? But now we're going to the Inu family, where cute Moroha is sitting just like her dad used to sit, which is basically like a dog on all fours. They're sitting on the bone eater's well, and I believe she wonders where if Shishomaru's okay, and Inuyasha, without a doubt, says, "Yeah, he's fine." Both of his girls are looking at him, and Kagome's like, "Oh, how do you know?" "I don't smell blood." You know, Moroha sniffs around for blood, and then he goes, "I'm pretty sure they probably slipped him into the Tree of Ages." And Kagome proceeds to tell their daughter, I'm actually from the other era. I came through the Bone Eater's well to get here. And Moroha's fascinated by hearing all this, and she even tells her daughter that, yeah, this place is very special to Inuyasha and me, which makes Inuyasha get beat red in the face. And he tries to change the subject to being happy to smell the outside air. I know they met officially and originally met when he was, hung up at the one tree with the arrow through his heart. But I think this might have been the area where they had their first kiss, or where he, probably confessed to her. I mean, obviously, it would be this is a special place to them, because anytime she left and she was gone for too long, here comes Inuyasha. He's like, "Nah, I'm gonna go get my girl." So while they're changing the subjects, they give Moroha a bow, and she's like, "What is this for?" And they're like, "Yeah, we made this for you. It's made out of Inuyasha hair," which Kagome pulls, and Inuyasha promptly chastises her for pulling his hair. And it's made out of his hair and things that they found at the Great Dog Demon's grave. And Inuyasha, of course, he has this very funny, funny, blushy, shy moments with his daughter. He says, I'm pretty sure your old bow, you've outgrown it already. And she's just blushing, and she's happy she has this this new bow and arrow. And she's, they made it the first time they saw her pass by them, which was when she was zooming by. She thought it was an illusion. Obviously, it was not. Um, so as the girls get up, and you know they're trying to, in the Tree of Ages, they're trying to figure out the next move. The spirit of the Tree of Ages appears and says, "It is obvious that Akuru has acknowledged both of you. I need the Yashahime." This is what she literally says. Yashahime, the half demon princesses. "I need you all go into the other era, destroy the Grim Comet. That's it. Go to Pinwheel time, destroy it." And where am I at here? Excuse me. Jockin's host, Shishomaru still has the shadow eyes, but Jockin's all like, "You've been ordering us around. I don't like it, but who else is gonna do it, right?" So, the spirit reiterates that the fate of the world lies in the hands of the half-demon princess. It's kind of tropey, but I'm all here for it. And I always remember that the spirit looks just like Kagome, which is a nice little way of putting Kagome in the show. I say Kagome, I meant Kikyo. Anyway, so Rin tells the girls that she's glad they survived up in 10 hours. She's sorry that she couldn't do anything to help them. And, they call her mom, which I think is really crazy because they still won't call Shishomaru dad. Um, but she says, "You always wonder why he took you guys away the moment you were born as babies. And it's clear, you're his daughters." So, what I'm assuming that this means is like, they're going to be cursed with glorious purpose. There's going to be some things that they're going to have to do that only they can do. So she knows right now, she stands up firmly. She wishes she could give them a hug, but she can't give them a hug right now. They have something to do. And they don't even know how to go through time Jocken knows that the windmill time is at her ladyship's mansion. Who is her ladyship? Even Toa asks. It's Shomaru's mom. I'll lead you there. They don't make a fuss about the fact that it's Shomaru's mom. That will make her your grandmother. You're learning more about your lineage with each passing episode, and you all, save for Moroha, just don't really. You're not really going, oh wow, that's cool. Oh wow, that's amazing. Pardon me as I look for my notes. Boy, I'm kind of sluggish today. So they're already leading out. Rin says, when you guys get back, I would love for you to let me and Shomaru both give you a hug. Just come back alive. She cries, but, wipes her eyes and looks back at Shomaru saying, this is for the best, right? And it looks like he's slightly smiling. I can't tell if he's awake or not because he has those shadows over his face. Um, where am I at? So, crashing from the sky is now Kirinmaru, who's in front of the Inu family, which promptly wakes up Takachiyo and Shippo, who have been sleeping by the family. And Kirinmaru's back, and he's just ready. He's ready to go. He's cursing Shishomaru. And Inuyasha's like, yeah, well, you're going to have to fight me now. Ladies, just step back, don't get hurt. Nobody's like, I can take care of myself. Moroha, you should get back. Moroha's like, sorry, mom and dad. I haven't survived this long just running away, so crack knuckles time. Let's do it. And they're going to fight as a family, and I'm all for it. But Kirinmaru is just, he's not having any of it. He's just like, I want what I want. And I love the fact that Inuyasha just tells him straight up, shut up. Using the wind scar, we get adamant barrage with sacred arrow action. He's blocking and deflecting all this, but right before he can attack, Moroha pulls back an arrow and fires it. It's a sacred arrow, but before she can fire, Kirinmaru felt the presence and the strength of this attack and initially dodged it, which makes him freak out because he's saying to himself, I, of all people, had to dodge an attack. Wow. You can visibly see it annoying him and drawing his ire. So, it looks like he can sense the force behind her attack. Well, Inuyasha's clashing with him. He even does the backlash wave. That didn't work. Gathering up his own, Kirinmaru's own demon energy, which is just weird. And, you know, we get a nice little double sacred arrow with backlash wave over it, and Kirinmaru's just pissed. He does explosive wave for the insolence, and he actually uses the scabbard, pardon me, of the Tessaiga to block this move, which essentially puts a dome over them, which he's done once before. He did it, I think, when they were getting attacked by a spider demon. It was him and Moroha getting attacked by a spider demon. So, where am I at here? And so Kirinmaru is panting and he's tired. But the twins are coming out of left field to say, hey, we're going to the windmill time. We're going to go through time. We're going to solve all this stuff and destroy the comet. Kirinmaru's like, what? And before anything else can happen, Akuru comes down and she's like, oh, okay. You're the kid from earlier. Of course, Inuyasha can see him. He's like, yeah, that's Akuru. And Akuru is pulling on Moroha. And Moroha's like, what? And Inuyasha just flat out says, yeah, Akuru wants you to go with the others. They're your friends, right? Just go ahead, we'll be okay. And she just goes through one of the best moments in this episode where Kirinmaru jumps forward and Inuyasha blocks him with the Tetsaiga and goes, I'm not going to let you lay a finger on my daughter. Just big, strong Papa Inuyasha energy. So they're all running. Takachiyo's going to fly them there. And Rion is panting, wondering how the others are doing. Riku makes the obvious observation that since he's still alive, they haven't killed Kirinmaru yet. Rion falls to the ground. She can't move her body anymore. Inuyasha and Kirinmaru are clashing. And Kirinmaru can feel that Rion has passed out. And so he's not completely focused, but he's still able to deflect Inuyasha's attack and He's making his getaway. Kagome fires a sacred arrow, which looks like it hits, but at the same time, it just kind of dissipates. They have no idea where he's going. Meanwhile, Moroku's meditating on Kirinmaru about him wanting to bring about the degenerate age, which really wasn't fully explained. And I thought, the comet would come down and kill people and the demons would show up again, but it says that it's a bringing of an age of the survival of the fittest, and humans will serve him and worship him, and demons will work under him. It's all really up in the air, but you can understand why they're kind of fighting for this because they don't want a desolate era that they're in. So, and it shows Kirinmaru's gone from reserved and noble fighter. He's become unhinged with each episode that we're going through. So, where am I at here? Moroku is approached by his wife. Sango's in full battle gear. She has that black hero kaitsu, that big black boomerang on her back, ready to go. She has a staff and everything, and she's saying, "You were almost done with your 1,000-day training to defeat him." And he goes, "It's okay. That 1,000 day can actually be the day that I'm going to solve this issue with this guy, and then that'll count towards everything I've worked towards." And in the distance, we see Hachiman, who is in his blimp form. We see the two twins, Kiyun and Gyotaro, on top of him. And we have this funny moment of Moroku asking Sango, "So how are the kids?" And she slaps him across the face. Now that could be confusing. I'm assuming she's slapping him because, well, you left to train and now you're going to ask me how the kids are when I had to raise them by myself. Shut up. So, meanwhile, the Demon Slayers have met with the Shogun and his daughter, former Princess Ayo. Is Ayu? I think it's Ayu. Ayu? Or Aya? I wrote down in here. Ayu. And, they're telling him, "Yeah, we think you need to get up and run away." He knows it's about this demon named Kirinmaru. He's wondering if they can take care of it. And his daughter's like, "No, they got Hisui and Sasuna. Of course they can take care of it. They can do this easy peasy, no problems." So, she gets in Hisui's face, more and more going, "You guys can do it, you guys can do it." The Shogun has that fake sword that Toa had been carrying around. He actually has the real version of this sword, and I thought I wrote it down. I cannot find it. I wrote it down too, and I cannot find. Either way, there's this blade. It's the real version of the blade that Toei had been carrying around, and Kohaku initially is refusing it, because they need it so they can go off. Demon Slayer Corps are here to try to take care of these demons, and Hisui whispers in this, "Hey, there's a powerful connection with that in Toa, so maybe we'll hold on to it and see what happens next, right?" Meanwhile, Rion's fainted, won't get up, and Kirinmaru was right above her and Riku, saying, her artificial body has reached its limits, and he tries to tell her that he is above them, flat out saying, while her cone, her spirit, is connected to bones and dirt, say soul. As time passes, she will expel Haku, which will leave the vessel as she moves. So he's setting her butterfly energy. I guess it's more dream butterfly stuff that, Riku's watching. And her eyes go from kind of like slightly glazed over to she blinks and she's like, "Don't expect me to say thank you to you." He's like, "I wasn't expecting that to you, but I do want to talk to you for a moment." And even Riku's like, "You do realize that's ridiculous, Lord Kirinmaru." And Rihanna's already walked off. At least Riku has taken a moment to bow to him, like, all right, dude, we're going. And he's telling her, I'm going to the next world. I want you to come with me. Still walking. Still walking. She doesn't have anything to say about to him. Meanwhile, Shippo has doing fast travel again, sending Kagome and Inuyasha to the village where Kaede, useless Kaede is. The Kaede that could have told Moroha about her family, could have told all these young people what was going on, but no, 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 no. Kaede is useless. And Kagome apologizes to Kaede about being gone for so long. They need to get the villagers, pack them up, and get them out of there. And Kaede's like, "Is there going to be a war coming?" No, no war. Um, just something much, much, much worse. So the girls have made it to Mama Maru. That's what I'm calling Shunru's mom once again. Mama Maru's mansion. You see the giant uh, windmill of time, and Mama Maru's just sitting down with her legs crossed. Um, Waiting for them, but I jumped ahead of something. There's one more thing that is awesome. Actually, I didn't jump ahead. I'm on time. Um, in the modern era, there's some kids there. Some little kids. I think it might be May and her friends. They're looking up. They see these three crows overhead, and they're like, "Oh, those crows. They seem kind of weird." Remember, it's cold around this time. They're wearing hats and gloves. These crows come down at them fast, and they have three eyes and bone tails. They're like, "Oh, they're on the way." Purple line of energy comes, destroys the crows. The girls don't know what's going on. They're just like, "Oh, they just disappeared." Mr. Kirin is over in the bushes in the shadows, killing these things. He says, "Those are carrion crows. They haven't been around. If I'm correct, they've been extinct for 500 years in this era. The Grim Comet is not only going to crash, it is bringing other demons through with it. I'm assuming that this thing has pulled demons from across time and is bringing them to this era, and that's crazy." So demons that never existed in the Reira era, the current era, are just straight up appearing. But he is also sad that he cannot do anything in his state, and that's about it. This is where our episode ends. Next, the little preview for the end of this, we have Mama Maru and Takashio and Jokin talking, because she says, doors of time are open. Just walk right on through the windmill of time. And Takashio and Jokin like, that's kind of hard to do, given that apparently there's a guy called Mideo. And Mido, I believe, it's either darkness or destruction in Japanese. I don't remember at the time. But they got to fight this guy. Looks like Setsuna has to sever his ties to whatever's holding him there. And we're going to get Regan versus Kirinmaru. But it looks like he's going to yell at her. She's probably going to be like, "I hate you for what you're doing. I'm trying to save you." I'm just going to assume that that's what's going to be said. So, before I get into this, is there anything I missed? Nope. Demon Slayer, Sword, Lady Io. I still ship her with Hisui. We don't get it up. No, I've covered everything. Still find it interesting that Miyoga has not shown up. Like, damn, this must be a dangerous ass time. I'm gonna laugh if he shows up like second to last episode. Like, yeah, whew, we did a good job, didn't we? And we're gonna get Inuyasha squashing him on his neck. So, all in all, I'd have to give this episode. I give it a. See, last episode I gave a 4 because I love that. I love the interaction between Moroha and Inuyasha. I can confidently give this episode a. I'll give it a 3.5, a 4. I'm leaning towards 4 because we're learning more. Like, we're saying, okay, so in modern era, the reason why people aren't going crazy, they can't see it. And now, but remember the earlier part before they started the episode where, man, we've heard a lot of sirens lately. It's probably because demons are attacking people for the first time ever, and people don't know what to do about it. There are no Demon Slayer corps, which I cannot spoil Kimetsu no Light Yaiba Demon Slayer in here, but I would just find it interesting if we actually got another modern era show where they descended from Demon Slayers of old, and they're just like, hey, apparently these demons are back. Here are 5 teachers who were handed down these techniques. Time for all of us to learn how to fight these demons that are suddenly appearing again. And you can have consecutive big bads. I kind of hope that's the thing that happens. Excuse me. As for predictions, I am greatly predicting they're going to be able to travel back and forth through the Tree of Ages. I mean, Tree of Ages are going to owe them one for saving the world from demons and destruction. So, especially with that ending song with them going between traditional kimonos. I see you, Sasuna, walking that one-sided fur like you do with your daddy does, and their, you know, feudal era clothing. I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to cross between the two. So, I give it a 4. Let me know what you thought of the episode in the comment section down below. Please do not forget to give me a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, especially if you're new here. Hit the notification bell if you're not new here. You get notified of more videos like this. I promise I didn't zone out for 2 minutes. And if you think I did, I want you to just... If you think I zoned out for a minute, write in the comment section, zone. Just straight up zone. As always, guys, thank you for taking some time out to spend some time with me. Please be good, be blessed. Wash your hands, wear a mask, be safe out there. It is crazy. Above all things, be good to yourself and be good to others. Either way it goes, do not be a jerk. You are not alone, and I will most definitely see each and every last one of you next time.